Pesticides. Bleach in the eye. That's just awful.
Well...
That's not even fighting. That's just, like, awful. Well, I guess we just want to start talking about Bloodfist 3, Forced to Fight. I don't really research Bloodfist 3, Forced to Fight, mostly because there isn't much stuff in it. What I do know is that it's produced by Roger Corman, which immediately tells you that it's not high art.
What have you got against Roger Corman?
Well, he made schlock, but intentional schlock. I mean, he made money, really, more than he made films.
Shut up! Shut your mouth.
So Bloodfist 3 apparently originally is not a Bloodfist film. I have not seen any other Bloodfist movies.
Wait, what's a Bloodfist film?
What is a Bloodfist? Originally, this movie was just called Forced to Fight.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking at Don the Dragon Wilson's filmography, and you know what I'm seeing?
Bloodfist 1 and 2.
I'm seeing Bloodfist.
Yep.
I'm seeing Bloodfist 2.
There you go.
I'm seeing Bloodfist 3, Forced to Fight. Bloodfist 4, Die Trying. Bloodfist 5, Human
Oh,
Target.
there's a 5.
Bloodfist 6, Ground Zero. Bloodfist 7, Man Fight.
Man Fight.
Mate, Manhunt.
Oh,
Bloodfist
Manhunt.
Manhunt.
Man Fight would be good. I'd like it if the title was just
God.
Man Fight.
Man Fight. I don't know where that came from. That was a Freudian
It's a
slip.
title and a description of the plot.
Bloodfist 8, Trained to Kill.
So we go back to Bloodfist 3.
Oh yeah, we should talk about the movie that we're actually talking about.
Let's do it from the point of view of the movie that's not connected to Bloodfist 1 or 2 because it's not supposed to be. So his character's name is Jimmy Boland. Oh, they're doing like a raging bull thing at the beginning.
It certainly seems so.
We start off in a prison, and the very first thing that we see is a horrific image of
You guys can't do this to me!
oh god.
Straight in.
Oh my god. This is awful.
Oh well, he's gonna right that wrong.
Stop this molestation right now. He walks in and he looks very upset that this guy is being molested. And then the guy gets stabbed as well. And that's when he starts kicking everybody in the face.
He kills the ringleader.
He leaves him hanging over a bar.
Cool.
That's a good way to end up.
It wasn't a bad fight sequence. He kind of fights them one by one, and then he gets to a certain guy, and the guy just runs off. It's good to build humor into these matters.
After that happens, it sort of moves through the community that he's done this, and different groups of people get angered by it.
He cut Luther from asshole to elbow. Now it's my turn to do some cutting.
Yeah, so the black prisoners are not happy that one of their own has been stabbed to death.
Beaten and hung over a bar. Uh-oh. Am I going to have to be forced to fight here? And then you've got the Aryans, which apparently take to him because they say they don't like that he's not white, but they like that he killed one of the black guys. So he's in the club.
I just wanted you to know that me and the brothers, we know what you've done down on A-Block, and even though you're supposed to be some sort of half-breed or something, you can hang with us.
The Aryans might be cool with Jimmy, but Jimmy is not cool with the Aryans.
No.
Is that a reference to their leader, Adolf Hitler?
So they have an initiation fight amongst the linen.
Yeah, it's a big blonde guy. They kind of wheel him out as their, like, star.
I think it's Weird Willie.
I want it to be Weird Willie.
He fights Weird Willie and kicks him through a whole bunch of sheets. And that wins him the initiation into the Aryan gang, which he doesn't even want to be part of.
And I don't think we even see Weird Willie again for the rest of the movie.
I think he
that's
kills him.
The end of him.
He's through.
But he's also roommates with Samuel Stark, who is an African-American intellectual, a studious prisoner. He's a pacifist in prison who's acting as a lawyer on behalf of everybody else, including the Aryans.
You want that appeal or not?
I think we need to mention the actor who plays Samuel Stark is
Richard Roundtree. He played Shaft, most famously, in the 70s.
Yeah, he was a veteran blaxploitation actor.
So he's trying to get everybody out of prison and to bring everybody together while everybody in the prison just wants to fight.
You let get away with shit like that, they be killing all day long.
I never met a Clint. I don't know what a looks like.
It then cuts from that to the owners of the prison.
Prison management.
One's in a suit and the other one is wearing a bow tie, which is very odd.
'Cause he's a villain.
Look at this bastard in a bow tie.
Bastard in a bow tie.
Look,
Why
that's
has he
how
got a
you
bow
know
tie
he's a
on?
bastard.
He's so rich he has a bow tie.
It's dinner time all the time.
They seem to have a problem with the humanitarian efforts of Sam.
Samuel Stark is going to make life hard for them once he gets out because he has a voice, he has an intellect, he knows the truth of what's been happening. They're worried that he's going to get out of prison and become a sort of local grassroots figure.
He's been breaking my balls for years, making me treat these animals like human beings.
They basically are trying to orchestrate a prison shivving.
And they're trying to make it look like
Him. That's the goal.
One of these days soon, somebody's gonna get sliced up. And when that happens, I'm gonna be there to pin it on Stark.
It's the title of the film, Forced to Fight. They're trying to force people to fight in their prison.
I mean, don't forget the context within which this film was made. It predates the LA riots by about 3-4 months or so. Clearly set against the backdrop of increasing racial tensions in LA in the late 80s, early 90s.
Probably the best thing about the movie is that it actually is trying to say something. There are some moments where it gets pretty ridiculous. There's a bit where, is it Jimmy or someone is looking out the fence and says,
"There's a lot of people out there in their own little prisons."
He's discussing the themes openly, but I think what he's getting at in that moment is ghettoization and racial segregation.
I suppose the prison is like a society.
Hey, I'm an American, born and bred. And just because I'm half Japanese, cops are always looking at me sideways.
We find out a little bit about his backstory. He says something about how he was in a bar fight and a guy ended up dead.
There's this bar I used to go to sometimes after work. One day a fight broke out. A real war. All I wanted to do was get out of there. Next thing I know, a guy's dead and they're pinning the rap on me.
We've only spent 5 minutes with him and he's already killed 2 people. So I suspect he had something quite directly to do with the first one that we didn't get to see.
I'm going to say I think he did it.
Yeah.
Whether or not he meant to.
Open and shut case.
This is my power.
The other weird part about this that is happening, which we haven't really got to, is that he also befriends... All right, there's a problem. So there's a character... Well, I'll get to
What's that character's name?
So there's a character whose name...
Just in case you had any doubts about who he is and what he's done.
Diddler. That's a
Diddler.
cool name.
Is that the...
Oh my god, I bet.
I bet it is. His name is Diddler, which...
Why is his name Diddler?
Well, he's convicted for the very thing that his name is.
And how do we find that out?
Well... Oh,
He doesn't.
no.
Oh my god, how is he allowed in there?
Is he actually... Oh,
Oh,
God,
no.
he is!
Oh my god, this is...
This is awful.
Got a visitor?
Well, I tell you, I spotted it the second he showed up because he's wearing glasses. He does not belong in prison for anything other than what he clearly belongs in prison for. We started calling him tax man or tax agent because there's only two ways you end up in prison looking like that. One is a financial crime, tax fraud or something equivalent. The other one is what he actually went in for, which is diddling. We were hoping that it was the former because the film seems to be very sympathetic towards him, and he's a friend of Jimmy's, which is so creepy, and it's really hard to tell what the film's trying to say. It's really bizarre.
Why are you defending him?
I guess he doesn't know what he is. He thinks that he's just a nerd.
Now you've really...
I thought he was going to kick him out of the prison.
Really made him angry.
Oh boy. How many people has he killed now? It might be 3.
Isolation.
Hey, that was self-defense.
You mind your own business. Pervert.
He gets moved out of the Aryan section of the prison and is moved into...
Cell block C.
Alright, well, so far, Cell Block C seems quite nice.
So they're a group of black inmates who are not violent.
Half of them are violent and half of them are not, and they have this, like, internal split.
That boy's nothing but trouble.
Yeah, no Taylor wants me in the middle of it. Hey, Jimmy. This is the Clary brothers. This is Joe, this is Kelly, Clinton Dunsmore, Henry Jones.
There's this one guy, the big sort of fat guy.
Oh yeah, he was cool.
He just starts every sentence with, "Goddamn."
God damn. Damn, Stark. Get out of that damn chair. Can't you fry some goddamn chicken? Open this damn door. Open this goddamn door.
He's loud, obnoxious, and lovable.
It's like comic relief that never really goes anywhere. But he starts working in their little greenhouse. He sprays, I don't know if it's pesticides or water. He has this little spray can that he uses.
He's tending to the plants.
And while he's there, there's an assassination attempt. Oh shit.
It's a cartwheel.
It's fancy.
Celebrating too early.
Well, see, you shouldn't have done that.
There's a character named Blue who sort of becomes the new version of the first guy Jimmy killed.
After they have a big fight, there's a weird kind of Braveheart or I Have a Dream speech moment that happens in the greenhouse.
Delivered by Samuel Stark.
We were all born into a bad situation. We graduated to something even worse. They don't care whether we live or die in here. So if you want to fight, fight the damn system that got you here. Not each other.
And at that point, he kind of unites the entire...
The races.
Yeah, well, he unites one race.
Hey, Diddler. Thanks.
Diddler is just one of them by that point. He's standing with the guys.
And he brings out his projector because, of course, the person that you want in charge of your film equipment is a diddler.
He's the AV guy of the prison.
They corner Diddler behind the film projector and they stab him multiple times until he's dead.
The film rolls out, and then there's no one there to put the next reel on.
Yes, that's how they know he's dead. They go, hey, oh. And then they discover that Diddler's dead.
That's the end of Diddler.
Which at that point, I'm sure that all of his victims are highly enthralled with that. Yeah! I mean, it seems just from the point of view of someone watching the movie that would happen. But apparently within the film, we're now supposed to be really upset because he's like presented as some innocent victim.
We're going home.
If there was a question as to whether he was guilty or not, that might make it a little bit more interesting.
But we full on just see him just ogling at a young child.
That's right. The film makes no attempt to try and see innocence in this person. You just see...
He did it.
He's a horrible person. So when he gets killed, you don't really feel that bad, but it's supposed to be motivation for Jimmy.
For them. And he's killed by Blue, who later goes on to make a deal with the Aryans to do away with Stark and possibly Jimmy.
Gotta share the power, baby.
When you want to do it, man.
Soon.
But also the management of the prison want Stark gone as well.
Mutual interests.
Mutual interests converge in order to kill, of course, the humanitarian, studious African-American inmate.
The good guy.
They have this really weird day where it's President's Day and everyone is together in the meeting room, including the management of the prison, who are all sitting and eating at these tables with the prisoners.
No, but it's only when the press are there.
Right.
Because in the opening scene, this altercation between Jimmy and the attackers, that's picked up on the CCTV, which a group of journalists happened to see during a tour of the facility.
Oh, that's right, yes. There's that reporter lady.
Shouldn't you be checking that out?
And it's revealed that, I don't quite know what his role is, but he's head honcho.
Bowtie Man.
No, the other guy who looks...
Tie Man.
Tie Man, he's like the chubby older guy.
But I thought he worked for Bowtie Man. But then when things go bad, he sort of speaks to Bowtie Man.
Bowtie Man works for him.
Yeah.
You get control of this right now, or you'll be busted back to guard duty.
They need to get rid of Jimmy to get to Stark. They need to get Jimmy out of the picture because he can fight.
Yeah, and they know that if he's in a situation when they kill Samuel, he'll be forced to fight.
Forced to fight, that's the name of the movie.
Attention on the compound, attention on the compound. Inmate Stark, report to horticulture.
Relax. I'll go.
Oh, a bribe. I'll give you a whole dollar.
I'll give you $1 in an envelope. Oh my God, a whole dollar. I could pay for $1 worth of petrol with this. I don't know why all my American accents are southern.
Jimmy gets called on the PA to the horticulture area.
Yes, and when he gets there, there's
no one.
no one there. At which point he realizes that they're going to kill Sam, so he rushes back and he doesn't get there in time. They throw a sheet over Sam.
Stab him.
They stab him through the sheet. I guess that's just to limit his mobility.
That sucks.
And he's already a ghost.
And also, like, the Aryans specialize in laundry at that point. They're
That's
the laundry
true.
guys. So what do they have at their disposal?
They put their powers together. The power of knives and the power of laundry. Jimmy finds Sam dead.
He's too late.
Jimmy gets super enraged.
He's angry.
Business.
Oh, stop hanging out in the fucking garden.
What's this?
What's happening here?
Is he gonna make...
Oh, he's gonna make a bomb.
Now we're getting Evil Dead.
Oh, groovy. He grabs what I thought was some bleach.
It's a caustic substance. We know that much.
He mixes it on a cloth and he basically creates a torch.
So we know that it's flammable.
You know that it's flammable. He runs down into the
Blue's cell.
and he throws it in Blue's face.
That's right.
Ah, pesticides!
Bleach.
Bleach in the eye. That's just awful.
Well...
That's not even fighting. That's just like awful.
Where are we? The United Kingdom? I don't feel like you could do high kicks in jeans that are that tight.
That's the thing. He keeps doing spinny kicks.
Like, I can't even bend down to pick up something from the floor in tight jeans.
They're not fighting gear. Then he lights the torch and he seems to be threatening to light them on fire.
What happens meanwhile is that all of the people who are up in the diner for President's Day, including the press, run down to see what all the commotion is all about.
Yeah, motherfucker. We did it. We got the rat and the old man. What you gonna do?
You heard that.
And once the truth comes out, that just sort of ends the plot. Because, of course, you have two prisoners say something, and right away the press will gobble that up, and the halls of power will come crumbling down.
Now do your job.
We have a bit of a time hop now.
We have a jump, and at that point, we see Sam getting out of prison.
He's alive.
Sam's alive. He's being released, and then he walks over to Jimmy and basically says, I'm gonna miss you.
Can't say I'm gonna miss this place. But I will miss you. Gonna be doing some legal work for you on the outside. Get you out of here.
I mean, good luck. He's killed 4 or 5 people in this prison.
Oh, for Jimmy, yeah.
Yeah.
I think his sentence is probably going to be extended.
Well, he did threaten to light somebody on fire in front of the press.
He's going to need Sam's help when he gets out.
The movie, honestly, for me, felt like it went by in about 5 minutes because it doesn't have very many plot beats.
The sequel really could have played into that. Imagine if the sequel was set against the backdrop of the LA riots and Sam Stark and Jimmy are like forced into like separate factions.
It does say that it's a picture that's about something.
It's about something. It's about things.
So is the film saying that the fringe violent elements of society get amplified by the political corrupt powers of any given society in order to fracture and to suppress the legal...
You're getting into critical race theory.
Well, I would say that Bloodfist 3 Forced to Fight is one of the early critical race films.
It's a forerunner. It's the voice of one crying out in the wilderness.
It's a movie that yearns for peace. All right, I think that's Forced to Fight.
Forced to Fight.
I think we are done with that.